Hi Hannah, thank you for talking today about your experience at One Acupuncture and Vision Acutherapy. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name's Hannah and I am 38, almost 39. I live in Wales. I actually live between Wales and Milton Keynes. I'm married. I have two lovely stepchildren. And I work as a director for consultancy and training. So I work for a FTSE 100 company. It's quite high, quite a demanding role. So generally I'm quite busy in life.
Can you tell us a little bit about your eye condition?
Yes, so I have retinitis pigmentosa, which a lot of people will know as, or the easiest way to talk about is RP, and how that manifests itself essentially, and it's different for everybody. So I'm quite lucky in a way that my version is quite mild. So my symptoms of RP didn't really come until I was in my probably mid-20s. So it's a degenerative disease, it's hereditary, so it comes down through my dad's side of the family, and there was a big family there, so we have a lot of people in our family that have RP. And what it essentially means is it's a degeneration of the retina, so your field of vision will get smaller and smaller. Tunnel vision is how a lot of people know it, and also you have night blindness. So if the lighting is dim or it's poor lighting, then essentially it's like you can't see anything. So they're the two main symptoms that I have for RP.
How does it affect your life?
It changes all the time. So I have to, so where I am now with my eyesight is I'm registered severely sight impaired, which in the UK is registered blind. Which sometimes is difficult for people to understand when you say that you're blind, because people assume if you're blind, you're going to have a dark pair of glasses and a big white cane, and you can't see anything. But actually 90% of the people that are blind have some useful vision, which is what I have. So I adapt. It's all about adapting to the situations for me. So for instance, in work, I use a lot of technology, a lot of software, so I don't read things with my eyes, I read with my ears. A lot of audio description. So with the children, obviously they're growing up with me having this, so they really adapt to it. So if they're showing me photographs, they'll talk through it. There's a lady holding a flower, she's got a pink shirt, and so that's really sweet. They just do it naturally. It's just something that they've learned to do. And I tend to sort of have a support network around me. So a lot of things that people I suppose would just take for granted they can do by themselves, I would have somebody with me to help, so go shopping for instance, or travelling from one location to another.
Okay, thank you. How did you find out about Vision Acutherapy programme?
Well, my dad actually. So my dad's always doing a lot of research online, and he came across Dr. Rosenfarb in the US and some of the amazing work that he's doing. And obviously that then led to you, Alison, because you are I think the only, you'll be able to probably explain this a little bit more, but the only trained, I think advanced acupuncturist who's been actually trained over to the US, trained by Andy. And that really is how we came to be with you. And Dad sent me the details, I contacted you, we had the consultation over the phone, and instantly I thought, yes, this is something that, I'm really interested in, I want to try, and then here I am today.
Can you tell us about your acutherapy treatments? How many times have you been for treatment and the impact has been?
So the first time I came here, it was for 2 weeks and I had 20 sessions, so, a big sort of intense start. The second time was for 5 days, and that was 10 sessions. And then this time has also been 5 days, but slightly more sessions. So I think it's 14 that we've had this time around.
And can you speak about any change you've observed?
Yes. So I'm noticing the biggest differences for me in my central vision. So I have a lot of sort of fog, and I have lack of clarity in my vision, which means I can't see a lot of contrast, a lot of borders, boundaries. not a lot of depth in my vision, and it's the quality of my vision that I'm seeing improve the most. And then second to that, I would say it's being able to see more in dim light.
Thank you. What happens in a treatment? That's what everybody wants to know.
Before I came here, I was expecting the treatment to be very focused on my eyes, because my eyesight, that's why I was coming. But actually the whole experience is so much more than that. So coming to the location here, which is absolutely beautiful, with the River Tor just outside, which we can see, coming into the clinic, which is an amazing environment, really warm, and all of the team here are so fantastic and so welcoming, really being put at ease, and then having the daily chat with Laura, which is obligatory, going up into the clinic room, having our catch up. So we would sit down and you would ask me how I'm feeling and any changes that we've had, and then laying down on the bed. And as we walk through and you talk me through the needles we're putting in, what points we're doing, why we're doing them, and then it's just time to relax, really, for about half an hour until you come back in and we take the needles out, and that's that.
Thank you. What's your favourite part of the treatment, of coming to Barnstaple?
I love coming to Barnstaple. I mean, when I first came, I came with my parents, as you know, as well, and my husband. So for me, it's like a holiday destination. The people here are so nice. I haven't been anywhere else in the UK where the people are just so lovely. Everywhere you go, the hotels, the shops, people just can't do enough for you. There is beaches, you can go for lovely walks. There is the famous Hawkins ice cream, which has to be tried, amazing. You've got tea on the tour, you've got, which is lovely, the Imperial Hotel, which I personally love, do a beautiful afternoon tea. My mum's favourite shop is Banbury's in town. But there's a little bit of everything for everyone here as well. You know, a lot of art, a lot of culture. So it's not just about the treatment itself. You know, you really can have a lovely break here as well. My favourite part of the treatment is probably the time you get to reflect when the needles are in. It's really interesting actually, because it's depending on the points that you're putting in. It depends on the experience you're having on that particular day. But I do enjoy the reflection time.
How do you feel after treatment?
Again, that all depends on the needles that we've done and the work we've done on that day. Sometimes I'll feel serene and relaxed, and sometimes I'll feel like I can jump off the bed and I've got the best next invention that the world's going to see. So it really does depend. I would say overarching all of that, there's always a feeling of kind of being revitalised and restoring that balance. So that's always there, that's a constant. And then, as I say, depending on what points we've worked on is how I'm feeling.
Do you notice any differences or changes other than to your eyes?
Yes, absolutely. And that's actually really important, is that for me, I didn't realise how much of an impact my whole body was having on my health and my eyesight. So again, my assumption was it was very localised. You know, it's my eyes, these are my eyes, so treatment needs to happen here, which will hopefully improve my eyesight. But what I've learned, and what you've taught me actually, is that the whole body is impacted by several different things. And I feel that I've been on a journey with acupuncture, and a journey that I'm really grateful to have been on. I just did not expect to have. And I've learned so much about myself that has had huge positive benefits that I don't think I would have got through another therapy, because I don't think I would have had those moments of discovery. So that's been really, really interesting.
Thank you. Now, final last question, which is mandatory because we are in Devon. Cream scones. Cream or jam first?
Cream. Every time, cream.
You're allowed to come back. Thank you.
Thank you.